TheJbeans.net.
Half Moon Cay, which is also known as Little San Salvador Island, is a private island owned by Carnival Corporation that is located in the Bahamas. We previously visited the island in 2018 and returned aboard the Carnival Legend in April 2022. In this video, we'll provide an updated overview and some new tips for your visit to Half Moon Cay. Just a quick note that if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. It really helps our channel. And consider subscribing so you get alerted when we add new videos. Half Moon Cay is a port of call for both Carnival and Holland America cruise ships. Ships anchor offshore, and complimentary double-decker water shuttles transport passengers between the ship and the island. During our visit, the water shuttles were accessible for individuals using wheelchairs and other mobility devices. The ride to the island took about 10 to 15 minutes, and our return trip later in the day took about the same amount of time. After arriving at the island, we found a map, which we recommend taking a photo of for reference, and a Welcome to Half Moon Cay photo op that was much less crowded later in the day. A bit further along, we entered the Welcome Center Plaza. The plaza featured an information and shore excursion desk, a bar, lockers, and a first aid station. On the right side or east side of the plaza, a free tram was available for easy access to the island's more distant destinations, such as the lunch buffet, some of the cabanas, and some of the shore excursions. A bit north of the plaza, or roughly straight from the entrance, there was an air-conditioned gift shop and a straw market where locals from neighboring islands were selling souvenirs. Cash was the only form of payment accepted at the straw market. The main attraction at Half Moon Cay is the very popular beach, which is located on the left side or west side of the island. The first access point for the beach was just to the side of the information hut, and signs pointed the way to the sand and surf. Beach chairs were free to use and plentiful, but there were not many shaded areas for those who preferred a bit less sun. Clamshells, cabanas, two-story beach villas, and even a 1,600 square foot private oasis cabana were all available to rent. These additional fee items tend to be popular, so we recommend booking them early as a shore excursion if you're interested. The southern end of the beach, near the plaza, was very popular and quickly became crowded because of its proximity to the dock and nearby amenities. One of the amenities was a large splash pad that featured slides and a pirate ship-themed climbing structure for kids. The water at the southern end of the beach was a designated snorkeling area and was great for snorkeling on our own. The fish were plentiful thanks to a good number of submerged artificial reefs. If you're interested in learning more, check out our Half Moon Cay snorkeling video linked in the description below. If you're looking for an area that's a bit less crowded, just walk further along the beach. Even after several water shuttles arrived, there were still plenty of beach chairs available during our visit, just a bit further to the north. Additionally, a water sports center was located in the area. The center had water sports equipment and snorkel gear that could be rented for a fee. If you're interested in grabbing a drink or two, a number of waterfront bars were located along the beach, including the Captain Morgan's On the Rocks bar, which was very easy to find inside the giant pirate ship. And the I Wish I Could Stay Here Forever bar, which featured a very popular photo op sign. Next door to the I Wish I Could Stay Here Forever bar, the Lobster Shack serves seafood for lunch for an additional fee. Also of note in the area, a small chapel is located just off the beach, a bit north of the Welcome Center. Weddings and vow renewals in the chapel can be booked through your cruise line. The island's horse stables were located much further along the beach to the north. Horseback riding, including riding through the surf, was one of the many excursions offered on the island. Other excursions included swimming with the stingrays, glass-bottom boat tours, snorkeling, water sports, and more. The stables area included lockers, restrooms, and a nearby shaded area with hammocks. Around midday, Half Moon Cay offered a complimentary barbecue lunch for all guests. During our visit, the serving times were posted in the ship's daily schedule, as well as at the island's information hut. During our most recent visit, the barbecue menu included hot dogs, burgers, jerk chicken, rice, sides, fruits, and desserts. During our 2018 visit aboard Holland America, the menu included all of those items, as well as additional fish and beef options, and ice cream. Nearby, complimentary self-serve drink stations were available, as well as the Bell Bar and a bathroom. Several open-air covered dining pavilions were provided for enjoying our lunch. However, be aware that we saw feral chickens both at the barbecue lunch area and the beach, so come prepared with any medications you may need if you are allergic to bird feathers. After you finish lunch, you can catch the tram just outside the barbecue area to head back to the Welcome Center. Alternatively, you can walk off some calories along the paved pathway that leads back to the Welcome Center. Along the way, there was a pirate-themed children's play area, basketball courts, and volleyball courts. When you're finally ready to call it a day at Half Moon Cay, the water shuttle dock entrance is located directly behind the Welcome Center's information hut. Foot washing stations were available near the entrance of the covered waiting area. Now a few quick tips for your visit to Half Moon Cay. First, if you enjoy snorkeling, definitely bring your gear to the island. We've had a great time snorkeling at the southern end of the main beach both times we visited. Next, remember to bring your beach towel from the ship. If you happen to forget, there was a limited number available at a towel station during our visit. Third, be aware that at the time this video was published, cruise line drink packages did not work on the island. Next, check the Welcome Center's information hut for the times of the island barbecue and the last water shuttle or tender to the ship. A clock on the wall was available to make sure our watches and phones were set to island time. Finally, if you head out to the horse stables, make sure you get a picture of your ship, which might look like it's sailing at sea.